Welcome back, everybody, to This Is My Bourbon podcast. I'm Perry, and over there playing the guitar, it's Eric, the Whiskey Mutant.
It's me. I was playing your song. Is that how you play it? Did that look right? Like chords coming down here?
No, well, I mean, it was kind of close.
Did I have the?
It was kind of close.
Did I have the thing, the clamp thing up here?
No,
right?
I don't. I don't play that with the capo.
Oh, capo.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. It doesn't matter. Do you want to go again? Another take?
No.
Okay. Well, anyway. Hi, everyone. We're here.
Hey!
And guess what?
It's Big Ass August.
We're here. That's right. It's Big Ass August. It's our
moist.
I don't remember what we said last week. It feels like it was about 800 years ago.
Happy birthday to you.
Today's my birthday when it comes out.
Happy
the main episode.
birthday
Oh, thanks, buddy.
And just like my kids, you don't get your birthday present until actually it's your birthday.
Well, and I mean, that's completely fair. Yeah, I mean, we're recording this on August 2nd.
Yeah.
But the episode
has your
itself.
birthday been, you think, so far?
How has it been so far? Well, this is the one day out of the week that I have to go to my office. So I've had to get up earlier than normal.
Do you think they threw a surprise party for you?
No.
You didn't open like your drawer in your office and like
Balloons come out?
Like,
no, because
they're like, Perry, it's your birthday.
Because one of the other people in my office.
It's their birthday too?
No, one of the other people
higher up on the ranks than you, and they're throwing a party for them.
Somebody else in the office also had their birthday on the day that I come into the office. And so they also did not have such a big celebration. So I know for a fact that kind of thing does not happen.
Oh. Well,
which is fine. I mean, but here's the thing about getting up early on your birthday. You get to enjoy more of it.
Yeah.
Right? Longer amount of time.
Longer, assier birthday.
But I do like that the first episode of Big Ass August
It's very
gets
appropriate.
to be my birthday episode.
It's
but
very appropriate.
Here's the whole thing about Big Ass August. We've been doing this now for 3 years. This is our third year doing it. This is the month out of the year where we release bonus content, extra bonus content that we, on top of the bonus content that we normally do over at patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast, where you can support the show for as little as $1 a month, but for as little as $5 a month, there is bonus content that comes out every single week. Mondays, there is a bonus episode. Tuesdays, there's the pregame chats. This week, we did our review, actually, of Deadpool and Wolverine, which we both thoroughly enjoyed. We had some thoughts on it as well. So go check that out. And you also get early access to the main episode, the uncut version of it, actually. So
uncircumcised.
Yeah. Before the main episode comes out on Wednesdays, as it normally does in your podcast feed or on youtube.com/thisismybourbonpodcast. Subscribe over there. I also go live on YouTube every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. Come hang out with me on YouTube. I would love to see more people there. I do reviews. I do hangouts. Just enjoy. It's a good time. I wish that more people would come and hang out with me on Thursday nights.
Hang out with them.
Please. I would love to see you there. Sometimes I do giveaways. I'm going to do a giveaway maybe this week.
Your second child?
Yes, my second child who's not yet born.
They're gonna.
I'm going to give away the rights to name her.
Prepay for them. They're going to reserve them.
No. I think this week I'm going to give away a sample flight of some 15 Stars whiskey, which we've been very fortunate to get a bunch of samples from 15 Stars. So if you want to come and check that out, again, youtube.com/thisismybourbonpodcast, or just search for it on YouTube.
Just search it.
All this. But anyway, so Big Ass August. What we do, we put out bonus content all throughout the month of August, whether it's on Patreon, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's in the main podcast feed. It's just our chance to kind of show what we do best, which is put out content and also show you why you should support the show. essentially, because this is important to us, and we hope it's important to you too. And if it is important to you, we hope that you do support us on Patreon. That's the best way for you, other than, leaving a rating and a review on your podcast app of choice. If you do so on the Apple Podcast app, we will actually read it out here on the podcast. Sometimes you'll get in on giveaways as well, which we did with our new glasses, which are still on sale for $15 a glass. It's the Burnstram glass with our old logo.
I was going to say it's right, but it's not that one.
It's not that. We'll get to that glass in a few minutes. But we did a giveaway for those with the reviews. Thanks for that. Right. Now I have to edit the uncut version.
Why?
Nah.
They don't care.
That'll be okay.
It's Big Ass August.
It's Big Ass August.
You're allowed to burp during Big Ass August.
Maybe one.
I'm sorry.
That's your one for the whole month.
Honestly, just let it out. I wasn't even thinking about it. I was just sitting here just like, oh, yeah, that feels better.
That's your one for the whole month. Anyway, you almost spilled your water. That would have been good. Anyway, but aside from that,
share
Patreon. Yeah, tell your friends.
Share our reels and stuff. We just posted a reel.
A very funny reel that I hope you enjoyed.
Yeah.
And
share it.
Send to your friends.
Follow us on all social media. You can follow me at Whiskey Mutant. Follow the show as a whole at My Bourbon Pod. You can follow Perry at Period or 1792.
That's where
all that stuff. We're on there a lot.
All that stuff. We normally kick off episodes with Flying Blind or Sips and Snacks. And I do believe that this week we are doing Sips and Snacks.
We are. It's already Halloween, by the way, apparently.
Oh, that means it's time for...
No, I went to Kroger, and I think me and you were talking about some of the Halloween candy coming out from Reese's.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I also, they are already putting out, and I mean, at this point, it's a month away, but they're already putting out Oktoberfest beers.
That's crazy.
Too. I bought some today. I bought a 4-pack of Oktoberfest beers.
Are you going to not open them till then?
No.
Oh.
As a matter of fact, next week, I'm going to be doing a little different kind of... Well, maybe it might be a bonus episode or something.
Bonus.
Or something for Patreon. I haven't decided yet, but we'll get there.
Let's do this. Let's pair these.
Okay. This is the Reese's...
Werewolf Tracks. Yeah.
Interesting.
It's milk chocolate with vanilla flavored cream. So it's like, I don't know.
While we're doing this, do you want to tell people who might be watching on the video version of the podcast who might have noticed what's...
What? What are you talking about?
There's something on your...
You see that?
Yeah. You've got
it's actually aggravating the shit out of me.
You got the Quasimodo going kind of on your back.
I had
on your neck, actually.
I had my neck cut on.
Your neck, your back.
I had this little cyst type hair follicle type thing that's just been a big bump on my neck, and it was cut out today.
As far as we know, everything's fine though.
Yeah, it should be. But it's starting, the numbness is wearing off, and it's starting to hurt, and the tape is aggravating me. So if you see me fidgeting or doing something like this, that's what it is. And I will say that the doctor that did that, he did a good job, but when he came in, he set his phone down and he turned his phone. You know how some doctors will put music on when they do stuff?
Yeah.
Well, this is what I'm going through. I'm laying there. I've been laying there for like 10 minutes, letting the lidocaine build up. And I'm already in a weird spot because I'm laying on my side. I don't even see him. He just walks in. He sets his phone down, and there's church, gospel, it's like,
what a weird choice
holy, and I'm hearing that, I'm like, oh no. Yeah, like praise worship music.
Yeah, I know that song way too well.
Then his phone goes off, and I was waiting for the next song, and I was like, what's next on the playlist? Nothing. I was like, well, this is fine. Then he goes, I can't work with the silence. And he tells one of his assistants to go turn on the radio. So I was like, well, at least it'll be radio. So I go from holy, holy, holy to turn it on, and it's freaking that Morgan Wallen song where, whiskey, won't you cross
no. Well, I guess life is about balance, so.
So I go from holy, holy, holy to Morgan Wallen while I'm getting my neck cut on. And I just think to myself, something's going to happen because it's right by like my spinal nerves.
Right.
It's right in there. He's going to get mad. He's not going to like this Morgan Wallen song. There's no Jesus in it. And he's going to just end me, and I'm going to go out like this.
Well, you made it, though.
Whiskey, whiskey, won't you go? Or something. I don't remember the song. I just know it's Morgan Wallen. That's the song, and there's a rapper in it.
Well, we hear at... it's Jelly Roll, isn't it?
No, it's somebody else.
What a weird change.
Moneybag, I think. Something like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Either way,
matter.
So that's what I listened to while I was getting my neck cut on. I thought I was going to die, and that's what I was going to go out to.
Well, glad you made it.
Yeah. And I was also worried the lidocaine was going to like numb like one of my spinal nerves, and I was just going to just go limp, and they were just going to be sitting there.
They're just going to leave you.
I was thinking of all this stuff.
Yeah.
During this like 20-minute procedure. So anyway.
All right. So we got these werewolf tracks.
They're basically a white, maybe a vanilla and a chocolate Reese cup. Let's just have it by itself.
Okay.
First.
That's pretty good.
It actually tastes like more of like the homemade peanut butter roll.
Oh, yeah.
One of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's not bad.
It's not like...
I think I'd still prefer a normal Reese cup.
I would, too. Or, honestly, one that's just...
The whole white.
all white chocolate.
Yeah. I thought it would be fun to put a little strawberry in this.
Ooh.
We usually go nutty.
I like the strawberry move.
So I've got a Weller foolproof pick.
Oh, okay.
From Bananas.
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 What's that from?
This shit
is that in its bourbon night?
Bananas.
That's in its bourbon night video.
Safani?
Bananas. I don't know what video that even is. I mean, it's from, 2018, 2019, probably.
Oh, yeah. Do a little pour over it.
I'm going to have a sip of it first.
Whiskey, won't you go away? Oh, dude. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, I like that. I'll like that a lot.
You know, it's funny. It helped to bring out some of the peanut butteriness, too.
Mm-hmm.
Which I am not mad about.
Yeah, because I think that the white vanilla on the top was overpowering almost the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
You are making a mess.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like I failed as a...
No, you're doing great.
I thought I taught you better is what I'm trying to say.
No, you're doing wonderful. Thank you for everything you've done for me.
As you have so much whiskey on your clothes right now.
Yeah.
And,
everything's fine. I'm doing good. What about you? What have you been drinking recently? What's wrong? What's the matter?
What have I been drinking recently?
Wow, that's a big spot. And it's showing up on camera quite a bit. Audio listeners love you to death, but Eric's making me more decent.
If I just did the whole show like that.
It'll dry.
Well, I didn't have anything yesterday.
In preparation for your surgery?
Preparation for this. But I'd kind of just been keeping it light where I got back from vacation. After we recorded, I finished the rest of my jet juice.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be mid because that would have been, I didn't have anything. Tuesday, I did have a nice little, just refreshing cougar bait.
Nice.
Just sitting out cougar bait. Actually, I think I was watching the rain. I think that was one of the days it was raining.
How much I love doing that.
That's my favorite thing about a house is having a covered porch where I could just sit and watch the rain. I used to do that with my grandpa when we lived back home. We had a big porch and it just looked into like the hills. And so you could just hear the rain hitting like the trees and like the leaves. And he would just sit out there and he'd usually be smoking a cigarette or something, but I would just sit out there with him and we would just It was probably the most old man thing that I did as a young kid is just sit and watch and listen to the rain. But yeah,
it teaches you so much patience.
It does. It's just so relaxing too. You're just patient, and you even realize how long you've been sitting there till you've been out there for a while.
Yeah.
So I had a cougar bait, and I had some of that Rebel, the 6-year.
Oh yeah.
It's not gotten really any better.
Has it gotten worse?
No, it's just.
But we liked it.
We liked it, but it wasn't anything like. I thought it might open up even more.
Yeah.
But no, it's the same.
Fair enough.
So yeah, cougar bait and some Rebel.
Yeah. Sorry, I got to think back to when we recorded.
Sunday night.
Oh shoot! I just forgot something. Well, I forgot something and I remembered it.
I just forgot something. You just keep going. You never say. You never like. We're like, what did he forget?
Guess we're kind of doing flying blind too. Not really. I'll tell you what it is.
So this isn't what that.
No, it's not that.
I was like, well, you just ruined the game.
No, it's not. It's not that. I just pulled out a sample that Eric and I are going to try together. That has a label on it that says RR10 2005.
Sounds like a Russell's,
which would indicate that it's a Russell's Reserve 10 from 2005.
I bet I know what this is.
It's not.
Is that yours?
No, this one's mine. This is actually something that I brought up last week that I had been doing, where I said that I had been drinking on Weeders. Do you remember this at all?
A little bit.
I'd been in a mood for Weeders. And I said I was doing a blend.
Yeah.
Do you remember what the blend was at all? Okay, it was Larceny Barrel Proof.
Okay.
And the new
the
Heaven Hill Grain to Glass Weeder.
Yeah. Is that what this is?
That's what this is.
It smells minty.
A little bit, yeah. So this is A124 and the
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I normally don't get mintiness on
I definitely don't either. And I honestly normally with this blend get heaps of strawberry.
Very minty.
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah.
That's complicated.
It is.
Why you have to go make things so complicated?
So
it's minty on the nose, but then it's kind of like it's almost like this like maple finished like kind of weeder, but not on the palate. You've made a whole new mash bill.
It's really, really different. But I've been enjoying this. If I'm reaching for anything, it's been this little.
What would the proof be on this?
Roughly like 122. So nothing that's gonna blow your balls off.
Blow my balls.
But just a nice little.
I like that.
Nice little blend. You can keep the sample too, because I got the.
I got some.
I got the full thing at home. I can make it whenever I want to. But yeah, I've just been having fun with that. But Tuesday night, I went to Taking Back Sunday.
You're officially an elder emo.
Apparently, in Newport, Kentucky, with Lucy. I'd never seen them live before. I'd only really paid attention to them as a band in passing when Lucy would play them.
Yeah.
And so I'd never listened to them in such a concentrated setting as I had
with
nothing
but
show.
Taking Back Sunday fans.
Yeah.
Some of them are crazy.
I will say though, it was largely a very tame crowd.
I'm saying more like just obsessed with the
Oh
band.
no,
Crazy.
definitely obsessed.
Like way obsessed.
Yeah. But as far as like the opener was way more like hardcore than Taking Back Sunday is. I was texting you about I don't want to defame the opener because I did not care for them, and my thoughts about them.
It was Imagine Dragons.
It was not, but let's just move on. I don't want to say anything anyway. I just did not care, but they were a lot more like in your face harder, than Taking Back Sunday was. Yeah. But man, I really enjoyed Taking Back Sunday. I don't know how you feel about them. If you have any feelings at all,
them, but they've not been like. They're not the band that I'm like, I gotta go see them. I gotta do that. They're the band that's like, oh, I like this song on this album. I like this song. If I'm at Warped Tour, I've seen them at different shows. I've seen them more going to watch other people than I have just them.
Sure,
if that makes sense.
Yeah,
but they've always been awesome.
Well, so tying them back into bourbon, which you didn't think this was going to happen.
No.
They have a collaboration with 3 Chord.
Really?
Yeah. They have their own bourbon now with 3 Chord.
Like a blend or something?
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know specifics on it. But my goal now, I mean, not just because, it's 3 Chord, but also because like I mean, I've always again enjoyed their music, but now I'm like kind of invested in them as a band.
Right.
I'm going to try to get them on the show.
Let's go.
Like, I don't see any reason not to.
No.
I've got connections with 3 Chord. I've had one of their founders on the show.
Right.
Actually interviewed Neil. So
let's do it.
See what we can do. I mean, they've been around for a long time. It might not happen, but something I'm kind of trying to put out into the universe at the very least. But anyway,
manifest it.
So while I was there, I had a couple of Mickey Olties.
Mm-hmm. I love a good Mick Ultra.
I really do too,
especially in that kind of crowd.
I will say though, the problem with a Mick Ultra Tall Boy, by the time it gets warm, absolute garbage. I mean, you may as well be taking the worst cough medicine you've ever had. It's trash. When I went back for my second beer, I also got just a shot of Jack Daniels.
Hell yeah.
Now, here's the problem with this, though.
Did you smoke a cigarette, too?
No. Oh. I did not realize that at this venue, in the back of the venue, they had a full bourbon bar. So I wasted my money on Jack Daniels when I could have gone and gotten Old Forester 1920.
But you know what?
Or Four Roses, or any number of bourbons.
If you're going to do a show right, though, you got to drink some Jack. And
it was fine. And like I enjoyed the Jack. Like I actually was like, this is really good, and I spent my time with it for a minute or two. But
what'd Lucy drink?
Water. She had water, and she had a great time. And it was so funny because we pulled into the parking lot. And as we were getting out of the car, there was another person that parked next to us. And she goes, "Thank God I am not the only pregnant lady here."
That's something, yeah.
Elder emos will stop at nothing to see their favorite bands.
Pregnant or not, elder emos.
Absolutely fantastic. But yeah, that's been it. I took... Thursday off for my from my stream because Lucy went to go see Blink 182, which you missed out on. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I did.
I want to bring this up. I'm sorry to hit this where it hurts. Mark Hoppus played a bass at the show that he had only had for 5 days. Do you know anything about this bass?
Mm-mm.
It was. I'm going to show you a picture of it.
No, I was too busy like trying not to drink and like getting ready for this procedure and all this. I didn't want to see anybody's videos on it, all this stuff. I couldn't go. I had tickets. I've sold them to a friend, and it's a whole thing.
So Lucy sent me a Snapchat of it, and I was like, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. If I had infinite money, I would get a guitar that looks just like this bass. Like not a bass guitar, a guitar. Right?
Yeah.
was a full-blown Chuck E. Cheese themed
Holy shit, that looks so
Jazz
good.
Master bass.
Look at the pepperonis on it.
He debuted this bass 5 days ago.
It's got the band on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he has only had this bass for, 2 or 3 shows.
Yeah.
And, the third time that he played it was in Lexington. It's crazy. Anyway. So I didn't have my stream on Thursday because I was taking care of Eden.
A child.
Yeah.
While your unborn child was listening to Blink-182.
Yeah, exactly.
Your unborn child already has a better musical taste than you.
Than me?
Yeah.
Shut up. Eden went to Railbird, though, when she was... she wasn't even a year yet. We took her to Railbird in 2021. I mean, she was still a baby.
That's awesome.
It was fantastic. Folks, since it's my birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. And because we got sent a ridiculous amount of samples, so many samples in the past week that we don't even have time to get through them all.
It's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing at all. I'm actually quite pleased with it. We are going to be doing 3 reviews in this episode. I guess 3 for the amount of decades that I've been alive.
3 for... Never mind.
Come on.
What? I didn't say anything.
3 times 3, maybe.
3 times 3
3
divided
times
by 3.
Shut up. So you're a dick. The first one that we are going to review is the brand new Buzzard's Roost Bottled and Bond Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Of course, 100 proof, 4 years old. This is a $72 bottle of bourbon. This mash bill, by the way, you're going to love.
Hit me.
51% corn.
Oh, yeah.
45% wheat. 4% malted barley. They also just received with this
Let me see this thing.
a silver medal and 92.04 points in the recent international whiskey competition.
Damn.
It's pretty impressive. And also in the newest issue, which is coming out in October, or actually on August 27th, this whiskey has already scored... All right, Batman.
Sorry.
This whiskey has already scored 95 points from Wine Enthusiast.
So wine people like this.
Well, apparently. Remember, Fred Minnick was a wine person before he was a bourbon person.
Really?
Yeah. That's how he learned how to drink. That was his palate introduction thing.
I thought he was just somebody who didn't...
I mean, that's how I learned how to
thought
drink,
he just
too.
didn't... He was a person who didn't remember people's names.
I'm not sure he remembers my wife's name.
I would hope he wouldn't remember your wife's name.
My wife is not sure he remembers.
Uh-oh. What is you talking about?
Anyway, I am incredibly excited about this. We're gonna kind of go through a quicker version of Nose, Palate, Finish, and Price through these, because we've got
there's
3 of these to go through. And then we've also got a quicker bonus episode that we're going to record after we're done with the main episode as well. That's going to come out, I think, this week, too.
Yeah.
I think that's the plan.
It's up to you.
Yeah. Are you going to do the editing?
No. Not at all. That's why it's up to you.
Yep. Fair enough. All right. Thank you, Buzzard Roost, by the way, for sending us a sample here.
Okay. It's got a Twizzler.
Yeah, it is very candy forward.
Red vine candy. Like you just opened the package. Like it hits you right there. I'm not mad at that. It's more of a sour.
What does that remind me of?
It's more of a sour strawberry. Now, I get a lot of strawberry on weeded stuff. This is more of a sour strawberry. Not sour like I don't like it, like a sour candy strawberry.
But does it also remind you of another bourbon, though? There's another weeded bourbon. I like that you. He had to look at me with his eyes instead of his full head.
In the break, I had to go put more tape on my neck from the whole thing. So now my neck is really stiff and it's hurting a little bit. So I'm just like, I'm not moving.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm laughing.
No, don't be sorry. It's funny. I'm freaking Batman neck. I don't know. What are you thinking? I can't point anything out right now.
There's something about the Twizzler thing that is pointing me in a direction of a whiskey that we have had fairly recently.
It reminds me of a Willet weeded.
Maybe that's what it is.
It smells like more of a Willet weeded bourbon.
Yeah. I feel like we've just had this Twizzler note recently.
Maybe it was Wilderness Trail?
And I was initially going with a Wilderness Trail kind of note.
We've had a lot of those recently.
Yeah.
And we made a blend.
Speaking of which, there is a Wilderness Trail single barrel right now that's 124-ish proof.
Oh, I saw
in the gift shop, but it's only got 7 cases worth. Like it was a short barrel. Anyway, let's see what's going on here on the palate.
It kind of leads right into the same thing. It's got a really nice finish. To be 100 proof, it finishes like a way higher proof whiskey. This is pretty tame.
It is on the palate. I completely
pretty tame
agree.
on the palate. But it does have that hints of strawberry. But
like a whiff of cinnamon.
Yeah. To me, this thing shines on the finish. I get almost like...
Yeah.
I get like a peppermint strawberry finish.
I do too. There's a lot of mint. There's a lot more cinnamon on the finish as well. There is even a little bit of tobacco in there too that I'm not mad about. Even though there is not a whole lot of malted barley in this mash bill, it really does seem to be playing quite a heavy role.
Yeah, it's almost between that blend that you made and this, I don't think I've ever got so much mint or peppermint in a weeded bourbon.
I know, right?
It's crazy. I don't know. All I can think about when I drink this is that finish.
Yeah.
The finish is just amazing on this.
Yeah.
I just keep thinking about that finish, and I love that because the finish is usually what makes me go back to get another pour. And like, despite the front palate and like kind of the mid of this being kind of tame and all that, the finish on this makes me not care how tame the rest of it is. So, good job, Buzzard Roost. I am down with that.
I just realized
$72. You said?
Yeah, little expensive, but I think that's where Buzzard's Roost kind of falls on the market in general.
Nothing new.
I get it. It makes sense. You know, they're not. I don't think. Are they sourcing? I think they might still be sourcing. I don't remember. Let me see if they have any tasting notes real quick. Buzzard's Roost Bottled and Bond Bourbon stands out for the silky mouthfeel and subtle sweetness that... Okay, well, could you wait until I finish?
Sorry. I just saw Lawrenceburg, Indiana.
It stands out for the silky mouthfeel and subtle sweetness that wheat brings to the party. It's complemented by the flavors created during Buzzard's Roost's unique secondary maturation It's double-barreled. Using char 1 barrels with proprietary toast levels, designed to coax out the most delicious flavors from oak. So yeah, it's 5 years old, distilled in Lawrenceburg, Indiana, MGP. And it underwent its secondary maturation at Bond Bourbon Company.
Nice. That's cool.
So there we go.
All right.
Very quickly, because again, we do have to go through a couple other here. Nose, palate, finish, and price. Each category is out of 5. Final score is out of 20. Nose is like a 3 for me.
3.5.
Okay.
2.5. 4. 3.
All right. I'm going to go 3, 2, 3.5, 3.
So we're like, what, 1 point under?
So I got 6, 8. I'm at an 11.5 here.
I'm at a 13.
I feel like my score is not entirely reflective of how much I actually enjoyed this. Like, I'm looking forward to going back and trying it again.
Yeah.
And drinking on it more as well. That's just, how we are with individual
I honestly,
parameters.
I can 100% say I always enjoy getting scent samples from Buzzard Roost. I think some of them...
Me too. I finally finished the cigar rye.
I was going to say, some of them are not my favorite things. I think I can 100% say this might be one of my favorite Buzzard Roost product, and I would definitely get a full bottle of this. I think that finish makes me want more.
I look forward to getting a full bottle, honestly. Now, I got to be honest with you on this one. I had to try a little bit.
Oh, you son of a...
Well, sometimes I get a little excited.
Sometimes.
Okay. This is the Jack Daniel's Distillery Series Twice Barreled Rye.
Let me have it.
I'm so excited about this. 107 proof.
Remember when Jack Daniel started sending samples out?
Yeah, it was... Well, here's the thing. They were sending samples out already, but they hadn't yet sent samples to us.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I should have finished the sentence when they started sending samples to us.
Yeah.
107 proof.
Yeah.
Twice barrel Tennessee straight rye whiskey distillery series. This was released July 2024, just last month. Selection number 13. Limited edition. Tell us about it.
So this is 70% rye, 12% malted barley, and 18% Kern. $42 a bottle. Now this is a 375, so it's not a full bottle. However, if you are visiting the Jack Daniel's Distillery, this is one of their distillery exclusives. It's crazy cool to be sent this. I love when we get sent the Distillery Series bottles.
This isn't like a sample. This is the actual size.
Yeah.
This is it. This is a full bottle of this.
Yeah. That was basically Eric was saying that for anybody who's watching the video version.
Sorry.
But he's right though. We did get sent the full bottle of it,
which is awesome.
So if you are down there and you're looking for distillery exclusives, this is something you can only get there. You can't go to, duty free shops. You can't go to Liquor Barn. You can't go to Total Wine. You can't go to a mom and pop shop and just pick this up. This is only available
in
Ernie's. Probably not.
No.
I don't think so.
No. Jackson's?
Maybe not. I don't think so. Grandpa Pete's.
My Daily Bourbons.
Peter's Pete's.
Liquor Depot.
Liquor in the front, poker in the back.
Liquor in the front, poker in the back. JD all day.
This also brings up something that I think we tend to not necessarily overlook, but something we don't harp on enough, which is distilleries just need to do more distillery gift shop exclusives. It's not that hard. right?
No, it's not.
I
They literally have all the whiskey that they have all their whiskey.
Yeah.
They can do whatever they want to.
I don't understand why it is so difficult for distilleries to come up with a product that they have only available at their gift shop. And if anybody is doing it right, Jack Daniel's is killing it with this program.
Yeah.
Even though it might be a little bit more expensive, you are literally paying for something that you can't get anywhere else.
And that's what's so special about stuff
exactly.
like that. Yeah.
And more places should be doing this. I think we're preaching to the choir with it. Hello, Mr. Nat. We're still having the Nat in here, audio listeners, but this is just proof that it's doable. Yeah. It's easily doable, I think.
They did it.
So here we go.
Okay, baby. Okay, baby.
I love this nose so much.
Okay.
It's actually got a toasted oak note to it.
Yeah, it tastes like a toasted rye.
It smells like?
I mean, smells like one. I haven't tasted it. I know it's going to taste like it. That smells so good. It smells so good. It smells like a campfire s'more.
Oh, it smells like you are camping.
Oh.
In general. Like there is a campfire sitting in front of you.
I got to drink this. Shut it down. That's delicious. That's heavy marshmallow, graham cracker, campfire. There's not a lot of chocolate in it, so if you...
There's some, but
if you're thinking of a full s'more, I don't get a lot of chocolate, but I'm okay with that because this graham cracker and this marshmallow and that fire, bam. Hell yes. That is damn good.
I mean,
that is the same, and I'm sorry to bring up another brand. Jack Daniel's. Sorry,
that's okay.
Sorry.
They understand.
But this is the same feeling I get when I open a new bottle of Michter's Toasted Barrel Strength Rye. It's that, and that's not something that you can get in every rye product. That's very unique, and I've just got it again in this. Delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you're just camping and you're just making some s'mores.
It's so funny because it just like immediately, and it's August. We still got a few months left.
I want to be roasting some marshmallows on the s'more. I want to pull out the freaking solo stove and just start roasting.
Well, I was thinking about like top 10.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like camping.
No, I'm talking about like end of the year list.
So humid.
End of the year I'm not list? Camping right now. Are you kidding me? I mean, this is.
I can't.
Is this too limited to go in our?
I don't think anything should be limited. I mean, anybody can get this.
That goes against our end of the year list.
Yeah, but you're talking about like single barrel store pick or something like that. But I mean,
gift shop releases though. Do you think that's?
You said more people should do it. Anybody, we have freaking people traveling all over the world. I'm visiting this distillery. I'm doing that. People can get this.
Okay.
I don't know. If it ain't allowed to be on the list, I'm going to make a list that it's allowed to be on.
We have that. It's called our honorable mentions.
No, I'm going to make a list that makes it more than honored. I'm going to make it top. Not allowed.
Okay.
Jack Daniel's, right now you're number one on the top, not allowed to be on the top list. With this. This is a number one somewhere. There is a list that this is number one on right now. Whatever list it is, whatever rules it has to break.
We're going to figure it out.
This, Jack Daniel's.
Nose, palate, finish, and price.
4, 4, 4, 4. Just 4s across the board.
Okay, so that's a 16.
Yes.
3.5, 4, 3, 4.
Okay, close enough to me.
So I have a
You have a 15. Is that right?
8. I have a 14.5.
Okay.
Close, though. I mean, this is
fucking delicious.
I'm so I can't wait to see what we do with this bottle. You know what I mean? Like this has something This has something special.
I'm going to try this. I'm going to try this approach. We were talking about on pregame chats about how we want more. We try to get more interaction and all that. You know what? I'm just going to straight up say, if you're listening to this and you live close to Jack Daniels, get me one of those. Message me, and I'll just send you money for it and send you my address, and you can send it to me. Let's see what kind of interaction that gets, because I wanted that for myself. I wanted my own bottle.
All right, I'm getting out our last review. I just realized that I said earlier that the Buzzard's Roost was the lowest proof. I was wrong. This is the lowest proof, the Elijah Craig Toasted Rye.
Look at this little thing.
Yeah, so they also sent us, and this is the same for everybody that got sent the Elijah Craig Toasted Rye. They also sent us a 375 of the straight rye, too. The reason they did this is because they wanted us to see how
different
toasted oak.
Is that a flashlight?
No.
Oh.
We have to fill this up and send it back. No. With the black light.
Have to drink this, then have to pee in that, and have to send it back to Heaven Hill. And then they'll send us something back, and okay. They're getting crazy.
And our clone.
Crazy.
Yeah. They wanted us to drink.
Just us? We're the only ones that asked us?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
They wanted us to try the straight rye.
Okay.
On its own.
Okay.
Put the toasted oak cubes, staves, whatever, that they sent in this test tube.
Okay.
In the bottle, leave it for a couple weeks and see how it compares to the actual toasted rye.
So we're going to revisit this.
Well, here's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
You know how we've always said that we want to find out what a barrel proof Elijah Craig toasted would taste like?
Yeah.
Why don't we do that, but also do this? So we fill up a sample bottle with the rye.
Okay.
And one of these.
Okay.
But also an Elijah Craig barrel proof.
No.
Into a sample bottle in one of these.
Thing that they toast it with.
Yeah.
They toast. Okay.
What do you think about that?
I'm fine with that. Do you know the measurements that we do?
What do you mean?
Like how much do we put?
Just into a sample bottle.
I know, but they specifically made this little guy to put 2 of those in there.
Well, I think what we do, so they said, 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, no more than 3 weeks in this 375 with 2 of these.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm thinking.
So we divide that.
I'm thinking. Basically.
Okay.
So 1 week in a sample bottle with one of these, and there's 2 of these toasted oak staves, okay, in this test tube.
Okay.
So in a sample bottle, 2 ounces.
What size sample bottle?
The pinhook bottle?
Work. Yes.
That size.
Okay.
But anyway.
Okay.
What I'm thinking right now, we don't have to do this, setting up the experiment. Right. Basically, we'll do the experiment off air, and we'll come back to it next week.
Okay.
But I do want to try the straight rye unfinished and the toasted rye side by side.
Okay. It looks like somebody might have already tried the toasted rye.
Just a little bit. Yeah, I was over at Mom and Dad's the other night too. Dad's a big Elijah Craig fan. I wanted to see what he thought about it. It's Papa Ritter. I got to give him a little bit.
I know. He gets a pass.
And he liked it.
Because he shot you out of his pee hole.
Oh, well, that's one way to put it. I'm leaving that in.
Okay, tell us about the glasses, though. One more time.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So in the box, I forgot that we were using those. In the box with
What's in the box?
the bottles, there was supposed to be a glass, right? And there was a picture on the cover of the box with the toasted rye, and it had this really nice looking glass. And I put it on for anybody who's watching the video version. I put the picture on screen, right? So you're seeing it right now. And I opened everything, and I was like, I was like, I really hope that glass is in it. And, you know, I thought it looked cool. I thought this would be a great glass to have. Not just to taste with, but just to kind of have around.
Yeah.
And then I get into the box, and it's sure enough, there's a glass in it.
There's glass.
In bubble wrap. And it's completely shattered. So I do a little
sake of content. What did you do?
I do a little Google Lens search of an image of the glass that's on the box, and it pops right up on Amazon. And it got to my front door today, and the glass is a little bit bigger than I thought it was going to be.
Ding dong, ding dong.
Yeah, it looks like you're in the church bell choir.
It's pretty big.
It's pretty massive.
It's like
it looks more like it's meant for cognac than it does whiskey.
But are they wanting us to drink the toasted rye out of this?
I think the toasted rye, yeah, is what it was initially intended for. So we're going to do that, but we're also going to drink the regular rye out of Glencairn's. Hold on.
I have not had Logic rye in a while.
I haven't either. Thank you. So again, we're going to compare the straight rye to the toasted rye in our what looks like Space Mountain version of a Glencairn.
Space Mountain. So they're both 94 proof.
They're both 94 proof, just like the regular toasted bourbon would be.
What are we doing first?
I say we go for the regular rye first, just to kind of acclimate our palates.
Smells like rye.
It does. I don't mean this super negatively, but I think it just kind of smells like your run-of-the-mill rye.
Yeah, and I don't think that's negative because some rye can smell way too much and probably be off-putting to some people.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a bourbon drinker's rye.
Yeah. Yeah. Very safe.
Mm-hmm.
Use it in a cocktail. Drink it neat. It's not got a big, bold rye spice. It does have kind of that candied, kind of gingerbready note, but it's not a heavy note of that. It's just kind of a spicier bourbon.
Yeah, a little bit of mint. A little bit of pistachio? Am I crazy?
I don't eat a lot of pistachios, so I couldn't tell you.
Well, I could.
Well, there you go.
And
if you said it, it's true. This to me though is like somebody who doesn't drink a lot of rye. They like bourbon, and they're like, "Oh, this is a little spicy. It's a little
spicy.
A little spicy, boy."
Oh.
So
it's sriracha or what's the like just buffalo sauce, you know?
Just buffalo sauce. Yeah. Ooh, it's got a little kick.
Yeah.
All right.
I love
Look at the swirl you get on this thing.
It's nutty mode. You get a really nice swirl out of it.
I mean, it's like a freaking...
And it keeps going, too.
Not bad.
You get more rye on the toasted. You get more alcohol?
No, I think I stuck my nose too much down into this glass. Because if you stick your nose way down in there.
Yeah, you definitely get more alcohol. If you like...
It's like all like built up down there.
If you deep nose the glass.
You DN. You did a good DN. don't know how fair it is going from that Jack Daniel's rye to this.
I think you have to put yourself in the mindset of what Heaven Hill is trying to do with their rye.
But I'm already comparing it to other toasted rye, not even the Jack Daniel's, just other toasted ryes. And there's something I don't like on the nose. And I can't tell what it is.
But the Jack is not a toasted.
I know, but I'm just saying I compared it to a Michter's toasted rye. Like, I've got the toasted rye in my head. Even though that's a twice barreled, I know.
Yeah.
But I already have like Michter's toasted in my head and stuff like that. So going from rye to rye, it's just different.
Okay. Well,
I don't know. There's just something on the edge of the nose that I'm kind of like, ooh, I don't know if I like that. I don't know if it's kind of like a...
It's almost mashy.
Maybe?
Yeah, like fresh mash.
Maybe that's what it is. I mean, I don't mind fresh mash when you're like on like a tour or something, but it's not really what I want to like pour out and drink.
Yeah. Ooh.
Maybe that's what these are. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding.
Interesting. All
right. Spearmint gum specifically.
There's something a little tropical about it.
I don't get anything toasted.
Oh.
I don't get that like campfire. I don't get like that s'more note on this. It's very fruity, gummy.
It is very fruity.
Spearmint gum. Fruity spearmint gum. I like the palate a lot more than the nose.
I really, really like this.
This is something that I wouldn't smell. I would just drink. Take that as you will, as you want. But yes, I would rather just straight up drink this and not even... There's just some off-putting note on the nose that I do not like. If I skip the nose, I like this palate.
I think the finish is pretty solid too, honestly.
I don't get the same type of finish I did on the previous rye that we had.
I think there's a lot of citrus on the finish. There's a little bit more oak on it as well than there is on the palate. I do think that you have to hold it like you're kind of a douchebag in a very oak and leather laden. Sorry, talking about the glass specifically in the way that Eric is currently holding it.
I gotta stop.
But I mean, I think it's solid. I don't think it's as good as the Jack Daniel's, but I think that might be comparing apples and oranges.
What's the price? Is it the same as the normal rye?
$55. Which I think is the same price as same price as the Toasted Barrel Bourbon.
Okay. All right. Not horribly mad at that.
You sound like you are having trouble reckoning with it, though.
I would rather have just the regular rye. There's nothing about the toasted. There's not enough about the toasted that makes me want to be like, you know what? I think I'm going to pass on the regular and get the toasted. So I don't even want to. I can smell the regular rye and I can drink it and it's just solid across the board. I don't want to even smell this toasted.
I will say, going back and forth, the regular rye, the straight rye, has more spice to it.
It's more rye, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe people who don't like that spice,
even though
like
it is like a low rye.
Yeah, I think just the Elijah Craig rye is a more solid product than the toasted.
But I think that if you're trying to put it in context for people, which I hope we're, always trying to do, if you are trying to introduce friends or people, whomever, who are exclusively bourbon drinkers to rye, I think the toasted rye is probably a better introductory rye than somehow. And this is even kind of a flip from where I might have been, a couple years ago when the straight rye came out. When I was thinking maybe largely kind of the same thing about the Elijah Craig rye. I think the toasted rye might be a little bit more subtle in its flavor profile, that if you're really trying to introduce bourbon drinkers into rye,
you're trying to trick them.
Not trick, just
you're tricking them.
Maybe. If you want to,
I understand what you're saying. Look, I'm just playing. You got this friend. You're like, I gotta fucking get you to like rye. Okay, here you go. You tricked him. He's like, I like this. You're like, I told you.
You're right.
No, I understand what you're saying. It is. This toasted is less of a rye product than the regular rye product. Yeah, so if I'm wanting a rye, I'm going for this.
But I don't hate it for that. I just think that it's.
I don't see me personally. I don't see a reason to have this.
I do. I think that it in and of itself. I think. Huh? Oh, you don't trick people. I thought you said I don't drink people, and that really threw me off.
No, I definitely drink people.
He used to have 4 kids.
Why do you think I'm so young? I'm actually 95 years old because I drank baby blood.
Anyway, I just feel like the toasted rye goes further in experience, meaning like drinking it neat, cocktails, etc., than maybe the straight rye does. And to me, that's a better value.
I mean, but to me, like I said earlier, I literally drank this and said, This is a solid thing all the way through. I could drink it neat. I could put it in a cocktail. I could do all that. I think that you get the same experience out of it. I just think this doesn't taste enough like a rye to even be a rye.
Okay. Well,
that's what I get. Like, I love good rye. I love good spice.
No, I mean, I do too. I'm just saying, like, I think that this is a unique product in itself.
They toasted it and they took the rye, what's good about a rye, and they took it out of it.
How about this? Let's do something.
What?
Since we've been drinking it out of the Space Mountain glass, let's try it in the Glencairn, just to
a little bit more of the Newport. I think I just blended mine together when I did that.
Because I think I get more rye out of the Glen than I do out of the.
It smells the same. I don't like that nose. There's something, I don't know, I can't even pinpoint it. It's not much different.
Yeah, it's about the same.
Yeah. I don't know. That's just how I feel.
Fair enough. Nose, palate, finish, and price.
Both of them?
No, just the toasted.
This little rye right here, that's a 3 across the board. So, good, solid rye.
Okay.
Toasted.
I'm not going to review the rye the straight rye, because I did that years ago and I don't remember what it was, but I imagine I gave it like a 13 or 14.
I'd say.
Yeah. Toasted rye though.
Nose. Boy, you getting blasted on this nose, Heaven Hill. I'm sorry.
Oof.
1.
Wow.
I hate it. I hate the nose. I don't want to smell it. I'm telling you, I don't want to smell that. I'm sorry. As somebody who loves rye, loves toasted products, I don't want to smell that. I don't want to smell it. I told you I could drink this without smelling it.
I have never disagreed with you more on a review.
I'm just saying.
No, it's completely fine. I'm just telling you, I have never disagreed with you more on a review.
That's fine. That's fine.
Wow.
But this is the first thing I said about it. I said I could drink this and not smell it. And I don't. I went back to it, smelled it in the Glen, smelled it in that glass. There's something about it. I can't even pinpoint it. It's just when there's something that you don't like and you just always.
I get it.
That's this right on the nose.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a 2.5 for me.
Okay. Well, I thought you was going to give it even better, but
no, I mean,
like
still... it's not my favorite, but I think it's way more inviting than you do. I mean, like, I'm not like over the moon about it, but it's still. I'm still going. There is depth and complexity to it.
Yeah.
I think where this really falls apart is the proof. That's a personal preference.
Yeah, maybe it would smell, but maybe I would like it more if it was a barrel proof or something.
But I think if we're talking in an insular fashion too, they could have gone a little bit further with the toasted finish. I think what missed the mark here more than anything is if they were really going to go for a toasted product, they could have gone for more toast.
Yeah, I could see that.
If it's 5 months, it could have been 6. If it's 7, it could have been 8.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. And I just think that it's, you know, it needed a little bit more on the nose. That being said, though, I really enjoy the palate. And that's where I'm going for a 4.
I'm going to do a 3 on the palate. I think it's a solid palate. I just don't get the rye. But I could sit and sip on this. Like I said, I just don't like the nose. I could sip on this and be happy. I think this would go good in a cocktail. I'm kind of putting it right on with the regular rye, a 3. It's solid.
Yeah.
3 across. Finish, about the same. I actually do get the palate and the finish kind of go the same.
Finish drops a little bit for me.
I'll probably say a 3 on the finish.
I'm going to give it a 3 as well.
Price 50. What was
55? Yeah.
2.
I am going to give it a 3.5.
Okay. To me, I would pick up if I had to choose. I'd pick up this one, the regular.
Sure.
Save a little money.
I don't entirely disagree with you. I like a little bit of a splurge for the toasted rye because now, okay, let me say this. Looking at the toasted rye versus the straight rye and the toasted bourbon versus the straight bourbon, I think I am going to go for the toasted bourbon, or excuse me, the toasted rye. And I'm going to go for the straight bourbon.
I'd probably flip it.
I know you would.
Yeah.
But I have never been overly impressed with the toasted bourbon. But I love the straight bourbon.
Yeah. I think I'm flipped. I think the toasted bourbon to me was always like a fudge round.
Yeah.
And I was always I'm okay with 94 proof Elijah Craig. I don't have to have it on my bar cart.
And see, to me, that's what turned me on to being like
you turned you
a bourbon lover.
Yeah.
And you know, for better or worse, maybe I'm bourbon blind because of it.
I think that's just your palate.
You know, sure.
I think that's just what you like.
But regardless, I mean, that's just kind of where I am.
I'll take that Jack Daniels over there.
Do you want to try the Jack Daniels in the Space Mountain glass?
Give me a little bit.
All right.
Anyway, tips and bits. I don't have any high proof hot takes.
Well, I guess I don't either.
Do you? Did you?
Yeah. You know what? I do. It's the same high proof hot take I have in any time when people are marginalized. Just be kind. Just be kind always, no matter. We've had a lot of marginalization recently. I will not go into specifics because I think you already know what I'm talking about.
The Olympics?
And I'm not even going into specifics. Just be kind to people, man. You know, it's so much easier to just expect that you don't know how things are for any individual at any given time. That should be our general modus operandi on any given day.
I don't even know what that word means. Modus operandi?
Harambe?
Harambe? R.I.P., bro.
Oh, man. Praise up. Just the way we operate.
The way we live.
Yeah. We should just be kind. You know? And that shouldn't be political either. Just be kind. Just be nice. You know? That's it. That's all.
Be nice.
That's not... I don't even think that's a hot take.
That's a tips and bits.
That's a tips and bits. That should be somewhere in between. Anyway, tips and bits.
Tips and bits. This is the part of the show where we recommend something. It could be whiskey related, but usually it's not. Just something we've been watching, reading. Maybe
when was the last time we recommended something that was whiskey related in tips and bits?
I think that was only Chad, My Daily Bourbon, the time he was on the show. He's the only person to ever do that or something like that. Tips and bits for me. Just enjoy the little things.
I thought you were saying somebody named Justin Joy.
Oh, Justin Joy? Yeah.
First name Justin, last name Joy, like a comedian or an actor or somebody.
Joy. He is a comedian, actor, and a musician and a magician. He's all of those things. Justin Joy, check him out. He's got something on every platform. And then also just enjoy all the little things. I don't know. I'm getting a little sentimental as my kids get older. And I feel like I've took for granted some of the things that...
He's a pro wrestler.
Oh, yeah. Check him out. But yeah, I feel like I've just... I don't know.
Uh-oh.
I've been watching the Olympics lately, and I never got that emotional seeing like parents and like people break records and people win. And this year I have. Simone Biles is awesome. She's the GOAT. And
man, she is so much closer to my age than I thought she was.
Seeing her get back in it, win gold, seeing Suni Lee win after she'd had all the issues with her, I think it was her kidneys and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Seeing everybody break records. I don't know. I've just enjoyed just seeing people have a good time. People do the things they love. Parents see their kids do stuff, and I've seen my kids grow and do all that stuff. So I'm just enjoying watching people succeed. That's what it is. Enjoy watching people succeed.
That's a really good tips and bits.
I'm tired of worrying about, am I going to get this many followers? Is this video going to get this? Whatever. I enjoy watching people succeed.
Yeah.
So.
Batman Cape Crusader came out this week. Yeah. Have you watched any of it?
No.
I am through 7 episodes, I think. It is not as good, of course, as Batman the Animated Series, but man alive if it is not a good spiritual sequel to it. I don't know, man. I like there's been this wave recently of kind of retro Batman content.
Yeah.
Batman Dark Age. There was also, hang on, I put it in my tips and bits note. Yes, I do have a tips and bits note on my
this smells even
computer.
Just as good in this glass.
I can't remember. But anyway, there's another Batman comic that was set in the 40s that was incredible. And Cape Crusader has been another one that's been this show has been just phenomenally fun. So again, I'm not all the way through it yet, but I think it's going to be something that people come back to, and I hope it gets a second season.
Sure.
Too. I'd like to see their take on the Joker, and Two-Face,
Harley Quinn
as well. Harley Quinn's already in it.
Oh, is she hot?
Well, it's subjective.
Okay, guess I'll find out.
Yep. You can also find out, because all the links are in the description below,
That was a good transition.
how to support the show in all the many different ways, but primarily by heading to patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast for as little as $1 a month. But for as little as $5 a month, there is so much that you can get, including bonus content every single week that comes out on Mondays and Tuesdays, such as Pours from the Floor, Pop Chicka Wow Wow. And then on Tuesdays, there is the pregame chats and the uncut version of the podcast as well. And then throughout the week, sometimes there's some bonus stuff that we do. I'm sure during Big Ass August, we'll have a return to the last call, which we haven't done in a long time, and I have missed so much.
Right.
But it's one of my favorite things that we get to do. We go to the last call lounge. We kind of wrap up the weeks.
Things get crazy.
Sometimes they just go a little bit haywire.
Yeah.
Sometimes I drop a $5 and see if a band's going to play Misery Business.
Well, I missed that. If you want to support the show and buy some merch, you can go to bourbonshop.threadless.com. You can get some merch. Perry's got all the designs up there. If you want to send us an email, you can send an email to thisismybourbonshop@gmail.com. If you want to send us a DM or follow us or share stuff we do, you can go to all social media. Instagram at MyBourbonPod. You can follow the show as a whole. You can follow Perry at PReader1792, and you can follow me at Whiskey Mutant. I do 69 and with Whiskey Mutant videos. I post the little behind the scenes stuff every once in a while, and all that stuff. Follow us on all social media. You can also go to youtube.com. This is My Bourbon Podcast, and comment, subscribe, do all the things. Check out Perry every Thursday night. He goes live. We need people to join him there. Join us everywhere. I feel like I was getting ready to do like a Dr. Seuss rhyme. Everywhere, there, here, and
here, there, up in up in chairs,
yes, up chairs,
down in hairs,
all the stuff.
Where your
derrieres,
carrot, yeah. You can also send us, if you would like to, samples, bottles, correspondence to our P.O. Box, P.O. Box 22609, Lexington, Kentucky, 40522. I do want to say that P.O. Box might not be open forever. Just, kind of throwing that out there. So if you have stuff that you want to send to us, the sooner the better.
Just do it.
Please. I don't want to fish. That sounds bad. But we do appreciate everybody who sends us samples and whatnot.
Yeah, keep doing it.
But yeah, everybody always asked us, you ever going to open a P.O. box, or you ever going to find a different way for us to send samples? And finally we did. Anyway. And leave us a 5-star rating and review on your podcast app of choice. If you do so, we will read it out here on the podcast, even if it's not a 5-star rating and review. If it's 1 star, 2 star, anyway.
You may get featured in a reel or something.
Sometimes, if it's a weird DM telling us how to make our content, yeah, we'll do that too. I think that does it.
Big ass August.
It's been kicked off.
I'm going to kick your ass in Big Ass August.
On my birthday.
On your birthday. Happy birthday again.
Thanks, man.
Hope you like your present when you get it.
We'll find out. Until next week, though, thank you all so much for watching, listening, and just enjoying the show. We appreciate you all. We'll see you next time. Until then, though, I'm Perry.
I'm Eric.
And this is My Bourbon Podcast.